said, is there such thing as the one?
Now, let me answer you now. When you sit and you wait for the one might not come.
Am I the one? You said, yes, there's
Oh,
a
yes,
one. And then you
100%.
said, no, there's no such thing as the one. Which
This is
one's the one?
thing. You are the one that God gave me. You are the one that I've chosen to be with.
You're not making sense. You're going to have to make sense out of this.
You don't get what I'm saying. So to say someone is the one, it comes from the place of your choice.
So they're the one for you, not God's one for you.
You are the one that God has chosen for me. And since God chose it for me, I listened and obeyed the instruction that God gave me.
So does
So I
God
chose
choose
you.
one for you?
God can choose one for you.
Does he choose only one for you?
God can choose only one for you.
Wow. So this is my question. If God chose one for Adam, right? And Adam decided not to choose that one. But he did choose Eve. Well, he didn't choose her because God created her, right? But let's say there was Shonda in the mix. If he chose Shonda, that means the whole balance is off. That means everybody can't choose the one.
When we give an example of Adam, it's speaking of the foundation of creation. So that was already predestined before the foundations of the world, that God was going to be with Adam. Adam was going to be with Eve. Lord of mercy. Right? Adam was going to be with Eve, right?
Yeah.
If Shonda came into position, Adam has to remember.
Sorry, Shonda.
Okay? Adam has to remember what God spoke to him concerning Eve or concerning the future.
Okay.
So the thing is, it all comes back to the same situation where you know that God has someone specifically designed for you. But there are many women around.
Right.
But the question is, are you going to follow the instruction of God to connect yourself to the one that God has specifically given to you? Or you are just going to pick anybody else based on your mindset? It comes back now to the position and to the understanding of what I was trying to explain to you guys at church. To say, you pray to God for God to show you the one. And then His Spirit goes with you. But you're forgetting that you have a stiff neck. So your neck is so stiff to a point that if you meet the one not looking like how you have imagined him,
Okay.
you're going to miss the one. And you're going to go for someone who is not really designed for you. So the stiffness of your neck is going to actually enable you to walk outside the will of God. Yet God has already showed you that, this is where you're supposed to go. So God has a plan for you. And God has set everything in place so that you can meet with the one. But the thing is, people do not want to follow the procedure that God has set in place for you to meet with the one. To meet with the one.
But okay, so realistically, I think more than half of our society is not with the one then. Because that means they all have to be walking, hearing God, the will of God. So what if they're taking somebody else's one?
It's possible.
That means we all just alternatives.
We go back to the Bible. We go back to the scripture. The Bible says, do not be conformed to this world.
Yeah.
But be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind.
Yeah.
I'll repeat. Do not be conformed, which means if you are conformed to the systems of the world, the systems of the world can direct you into another one.
Yeah.
But if you are transformed by the renewing of your mind, so that you might know what is good, acceptable, and perfect will of God. So when you pick a wife, or when you are to connect with a husband, right?
Yeah.
There is what is called the good will. There is what is called the acceptable will. Then there is what is called the perfect will.
Yeah.
Some people, they do not have the capacity to fathom the perfect. So when a good one comes, they take the good. But there is the acceptable and there is the perfect. So some people, they are not really in the perfect will that they are supposed to be in, because their capacity and their mindset was able to just master the good will. So God can connect you with a good wife,
Right.
but not a perfect wife.
Right, but what if now the perfect one is already taken?
It means that there was a possibility whereby you once met, your paths crossed,
Yeah.
but you were not able to discern the time. Or maybe you were not well up, reached to that level to actually engage with the perfect one. I've
Okay.
met certain people who were married before
Yeah.
and then they divorce.
Right.
Then they'll get married again. But their second marriage, they'll be like, this was the one that I wanted to be with. Like, this was the perfect one. Which means when they got married the first time, maybe their emotion led them to get into the marriage.
Okay.
Maybe pressure led them get into the marriage. Maybe financial status led them get into the marriage.
Okay.
But they'll later realize that the person that they married at first was not really connecting with what they have been called for.
Right.
So they'll end up disconnecting from that. And then they'll start seeking someone else that, connects with their values.
Yeah.
Then they'll later on meet with these people later on in life, like after 10, 20 years.
Yeah.
It's possible. It's very possible. Sometimes distance, location can limit for you to be with the one that God has for you. So if you do not connect with the person you're supposed to connect with, you won't be with the one. If I was not connected to Prophet Passion, I wasn't going to meet you. If I was very stubborn and rebellious, maybe I was going to be in Zimbabwe dating Shinene, or married to Shinene, or maybe divorced 4 times. I'm being for real.
Tatenda.
So being
It's not Shaniko in Zimbabwe.
being with the one, it's connected to you, connected to the person that is aligned in your destiny. That's why we always tell people that mentorship is important. When you are connected to a mentor is able to connect you to the one too. So my connection with Prophet Passion helped me to be connected to you, which is the one.
So would you say that the one is not necessarily the person, rather the vision?
When you say the vision, what do you mean?
For example, I can meet someone that has the characteristics, the qualities, the everything that I would want in a man. But his vision or his calling or assignment in life is not equivalent to yours. Like, you have your own assignment. So are you saying when God puts people together that the one technically is not the person, but it's the vision that you're marrying into? Because then what makes the difference if it's the person?
Let me try to break it down in my own understanding. If you met me and you were already a prophetess,
Yeah.
right? And I was already an apostle. You have your own vision, and I have my own vision. If I want to be with you, and it's so difficult for you to let go of your vision so that you can join my vision, simply means you are not the one. Because if you are the one, you let down everything that you are doing so that you follow me. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Because it's impossible for a woman to get into a marriage with her own vision,
Okay.
with a man that is already having a vision. Because the problem and the danger of that is when she comes in with a vision, she's going to try to lead.
Okay.
Yet the man is also leading. So there are going to be 2 men in the house, which is going to bring division and commotion in that house. So if you are a woman that understands Proverbs 31, okay? If you're a woman that understands principles and the Word of God, when you are meeting with a man, you need to surrender your vision. Anything and everything that you are doing, it needs to be surrendered to that man so that you sit under the man and you follow the man.
Is there a difference between having a dream and having a vision?
As a woman,
Yeah.
you cannot enter a marriage
Yeah.
with your own mind
Yeah.
to do your own thing. No,
Yeah.
it's prohibited. You can't do that. Do you understand? That's what I'm saying.
Right.
But if you have your own ambition in life,
Yeah.
your own drive,
Yeah.
you want to be a real estate agent,
Yeah.
of course your husband will support your ambition and your dreams. But when I talk about vision, specifically, I'm simply stating something that you have been doing, okay? Connected maybe to ministry,
Yeah.
okay? Connected maybe to a way of life, maybe to a business.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm talking about? So when you enter into a marriage with your own vision,
Right.
to say, this is my own thing, that marriage is not going to last. You need to submit what you have as a woman to the husband,
So that's what
under
I'm
the
saying.
husband, so
Right.
that the husband can nurture that which you have so that it can grow properly. You can't just enter a marriage and you say you have your own vision and you want to run it. I do my own thing. I do my own situation. I do my It's not going to work, bro.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So when you say the one, right, you're simply saying the woman has to submit the one vision she has under
Yeah,
the vision, because there's only one vision.
in the house, of course.
Right. So it's like that's what makes the person the one for you.
I'll give an example. Sorry, I'm cutting you.
Yeah.
When you married me, you had a lot of things that you were doing,
Yeah.
but you left everything.
Yeah.
You followed me to Africa. You stayed with me for 3 years.
Yeah. But I didn't believe in the one.
Do you understand what I'm talking about? You
Right.
what?
I didn't believe in the one.
You left everything
Yeah.
and you followed me to Africa.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm talking about?
Uh-huh.
And you surrendered everything that you were doing. Do you understand what I'm talking about? And your vision was under my vision.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm talking about? And
Right.
I began now to nurture the vision you had in your mind that you did not really prop up. Now that desire is coming up. That's the reason why you're having this broadcast. Do you understand what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. But if you did not believe in the one, that's your own situation. I have nothing to do with
Yeah,
that.
because for me it's hard, because if
That's what I'm
Adam
saying.
messed up,
That's what I'm saying
we
to
all
you.
messing up.
That's what I'm
There's
saying
no
to you. That's what I'm saying to you.
Somebody messed up the equal,
Get this.
whatever.
That's what I'm saying to you. Your question,
Yeah.
you're not asking it correctly.
Is there
So
such
that I
thing
can,
as the one?
so that I can really give you the answer you need to
Yeah.
hear. You understand? When we sit, you have asked the question. Ask again.
I said, is there such thing as the one?
Now let me answer you now. When you sit and you wait for the one might not come.
Yeah, he will never come.
Do you understand what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So you can be like, I'm waiting for the one. The one might never come. You understand? Why? Because many people, they don't really know what they want. So their imagination is biased based
Yeah.
on what they watch.
Right.
So their one is directed based on the movies they watch, the friendships they have, the influences they have.
Yeah.
The one is not really measured on God's principles.
Right.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
When the one is measured on God's principles, you'll be able to discern
Yeah.
that him is the one that I'm supposed to be with for the rest of my life. Why? Because your visions or your desire or your passion connects. But to people who don't have that,
Yeah.
they can never have the one. They can never see the one. They can never meet the one.
Yeah.
Why? Because already their brains is polluted with imaginations and
Yeah.
delusions that
Yeah.
will never exist and never manifest. So you can never have the one. You can never meet the one. It's very possible. But the one might be there.
What if that one doesn't want you?
The one is not wanting you because the way you have structured your mindset.
You're just not cute. It might not be your mind.
That's what I'm saying to you. The way you have structured your mindset,
Yeah.
it's portraying an image
Uh-huh.
that is not connecting and collaborating with the one that is supposed to be with you. You
No,
understand what I'm talking about?
no, you're not understanding my question.
Uh.
I'm saying the one don't want you. Meaning he looks at you. It's not about your mind, nothing. He don't want you.
It's the same thing as you desiring someone who is not the one. It means that your mind just made up a mind to say you don't want this one, you want that one. As for instance, God has given you the ability to choose.
Right.
He gave you will.
Uh-huh.
So you can make your own decision. God will never put a knife on your head
Right.
or a gun on your head. So
Yeah.
you can make your own decision to pick who you want. So the one might deny you. It means the one has denied you,
Right.
which means you also have the ability to choose another one. That's why I said that.
A good will.
Exactly. That's why I said that there's something called the good will,
Yeah.
the acceptable will,
Yeah.
and the perfect will of God.
Yeah.
So if the perfect will refuses, you can meet with the good will.
Dang, but would you tell the person, you know, you're a good will?
There are people that are very, very foolish. They can make statements like, you're good.
Yeah, like you
You're
are.
okay.
You wasn't
You're
the one,
fine. Yeah,
but
you're okay. I
Yeah.
can, you understand, you're good.
But that's
Then
the
there are people
truth.
that can say that you're acceptable. You're not really my level, but I'm dating you because I'm just managing. You're acceptable. That's why the good, acceptable, and perfect will is there. There are people who marry people not because it's the perfect will.
yeah,
They're marrying because she's acceptable.
yeah,
The family accepted her.
yeah,
You understand? Your surrounding is accepting her.
Right.
You're not marrying the person because it's perfect.
yeah,
Some people marry people because they're just good. They're good people. She's an amazing person. She's a good person. But it's not really the person you really were crazy for. You're like, oh, I'm crazy for this person. No. It's just good. Then someone else is acceptable. Then there's someone that's just like perfect. They just suit within your system. Like they just.
So how can you get the good to feel perfect? Like in your marriage?
It's very simple. You need to understand the principles of marriage then.
So it's possible to almost feel like
you can
perfect,
make,
even though it's just good.
You can even make someone who is not even good perfect.
But can you make somebody who you thought was perfect good?
I don't know.
Like there's a lot of people who say, you're the one for me. I found the one. But come on, we know.
No,
But
it's
it's
just
like-
emotions. Those things are emotions. It's not really like
No,
real.
to a lot of people though, it's like a saying where they actually believe like,
But they don't really do what they're saying. You understand what I'm talking about?
what do you mean?
You always say this, like it's one thing to say something
Yeah,
and it's another thing to do something.
yeah.
Your actions are more louder than your speech.
Yo, you treat me like the acceptable.
You get the
But
point.
okay.
But you treat me like I'm unacceptable. But your words are saying you're perfect.
I see. How do you know? How do you know when someone has chosen you as the perfect, when someone has chosen you as the good or acceptable without voicing, hey, you acceptable, you good, or you perfect?
It's priority.
Priorities.
It's priority.
Okay, tell me from a man's perspective, what does that look like when you choose?
As for instance, if someone is, I'm about to be very controversial right now.
That's fine, because I'm going to get there too.
About to be very controversial right now. The question I'll ask again is like I'm gonna answer your question with a question. How do you also know? Okay, the one that is being asked,
Yeah.
that the one you have is the perfect and acceptable and good, because it's in both ways. You understand?
Yeah.
How do you know that I'm the perfect or I'm the acceptable, I'm the good? At the same time, how do I know that you are the perfect, you're good, you're the acceptable?
Right.
So the way you treat me is the way.
What is that? What does that look like is my question. How do you treat a perfect will versus how do you treat an acceptable will? How do you treat a good will?
Acceptable will, you marry that person because everybody else approved them.
Okay.
When we say acceptable, it's something that's just was imposed on you, but it's not really something that you willed or wished.
Okay.
Because when you marry, God gave you a will to choose.
Okay.
So God gives you will. It's called free will. So you have the ability to choose whoever you want to be with.
Okay.
So whoever that you pick is either in the good, acceptable, or the perfect. So
Right.
sometimes you marry because of money.
Okay.
So you are just managing, so it's acceptable
Yeah.
to you.
To your
You love the
culture,
person.
to your family.
You love the person.
Yeah.
Get me right. You love the person. Like you want to be with the person. But it has got some acceptability in it. Like you are doing it because the family, where she comes from, it's a very well-up family.
Okay.
Do you understand me? You are doing it because there are benefits in the relationship. Do you understand? You're not really doing it from the position of, I really love this person.
Yeah.
I adore this person. Like, listen, I don't care about the visa. I don't care about the money. I don't care about, I really adore this person. I don't want him for his money. I don't want him for his likeness. I just want him, or I just want her. That's the acceptable part.
Yeah.
So you are doing it so that you can be accepted. So some people get into marriages because they want to be accepted
Okay.
by certain people or in a certain league. Or your family has just been pressurizing you to get married. So they have denied you now. So you have to marry so that you can be acceptable. Some people, some children grew up with rejection.
Right.
So they get married so that they can be accepted. In Africa, they have this tendency to say, if you marry a white woman,
Yeah.
you're going to gain respect
Yeah.
from your peers. Because
Yeah.
people will be like, you came out of your own culture.
Dang, you've been disrespected.
Do you understand what I'm talking about? You came out of your what? Own culture.
Own culture, yeah.
To do something that is outside the norm. So people can have a high respect of you. So your marriage can be treated as unacceptable. They'll be like, oh, okay, for the first time, we'll accept you. Oh, this is new.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Then there is the good part, whereby the person is just a good person. So I married her because she's good.
Yeah.
She's really nice to me. She takes care of me. She's a nice person. She can be a good mother.
Yeah.
She can be a good companion. She can be a good business partner.
Good
She's
person.
good.
Yeah.
She's okay. She's not bad. I can walk around with her. I
True.
can, I can be on the poster with her. She's good.
Trophy.
She's a trophy wife. She's good.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Then there is the perfect. The perfect is connected mainly to assignment.
Okay.
So most of the times the perfect doesn't really look like the perfect, but it's the
oh,
perfect.
snap. What you trying to say?
Oh yeah, she doesn't really look like the perfect.
What
Yeah, she doesn't really look like the perfect. I'm being honest. Something that's perfect, like perfect for you, doesn't look like what you're expecting. That's what people don't know.
That's true. You did say you weren't attracted in the beginning.
I'm being honest.
Yeah, I wasn't.
It doesn't really look like. You get the point?
Yeah.
Because there is an expectation you have in your head.
Right. Right.
When I met her, I was like, I had something in the head.
Right.
Remember before I even got married, when I was a kid, I was like, I want to get married to a Chinese person. I want a Chinese woman. I want some Chinese keys and some look like this. You understand?
Oh my
That's what
God.
I'm having in my head.
Yeah, we're gonna edit, baby. Don't worry.
No, I'm just saying,
Right,
don't
right.
edit it.
Right.
Leave it like this.
Okay.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's different.
You're right.
Your face said you right. I'm being
Yeah, I
serious.
get you. Yeah.
You get the point? Yeah. The fact that I said I wasn't attracted, I was like, I was intimidated.
Oh, by what?
This is the thing.
By my beauty?
Many men, they have got this inferiority complex
Okay.
that many women don't understand.
Okay.
Do you understand?
All right.
So sometimes men can say, I'm not attracted to this woman, not because she's not beautiful. You are beautiful, you are beautiful.
Intimidated.
But I was intimidated to say, me, date,
Okay.
because she's off the hook, so who am I to date someone
It's
like
like
this?
insecure.
It's insecurity.
Yeah.
So I'm intimidated by you.
I see.
Even if you saw the first time we met,
Yeah.
I couldn't really speak
Aw.
and talk because I was very cautious of my words. Because I'm like, who am I?
I didn't know that.
I'm a dropout. I don't even really know how to speak proper English. I would tell her, like, most of the times I would speak with her, I didn't even know half of what she was talking about.
Yeah.
Because her accent was just different.
Yeah.
She was like, I'm like, I didn't, what did you say?
Yeah. It wasn't English. I naturally have a weird way of talking. Even for Americans, they're like, what?
You get the point. So
Yeah.
even the way I would feel like, am I really attracted to you?
Yeah. Can this fit? Can this work?
Can this really work? I don't know. Like, when I look at myself in the mirror, I don't think I qualify to be with you. You get the point. That's when the unattractedness would come from. So I'd be like, I would rather like date somebody that I'm like from
feel
the hood with,
comfortable.
like, you know.
From the hood.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I'm just giving an example.
I
Like,
get
I can
you.
just date somebody that I'm
Yeah.
easy to talk to.
Gotcha.
You were not an easy person to talk
Wow. I wasn't easy to talk to. What do you mean?
to. I'm being for real. Like, it was difficult for me to talk to you.
I think we were in different cultures. We were in different life, like, spaces that was like, okay, how do
Come
we?
on, like, All right, as for
Really,
instance,
for me, it was opposite.
No,
I felt
look,
like
look.
he was my ninja. Like, that's why I was like, yeah,
I
this guy
became your
cool.
ninja,
Yeah.
but the first days I wasn't your ninja.
You was my apostle. What do you mean? Like...
You were this bougie lady
I
with,
was not
with
no
this
bougie.
office voice.
No,
This is the office of prophet. So you think I'm gonna talk to you? I'm from the bush.
I'm from
What do
the
you
bush.
mean? This lady is talking soft fluent like this, and my English is broken.
No,
I'm not gonna talk to you. That's how I felt. You understand?
yeah.
I had to boost confidence.
But while you're feeling that, I'm sitting there going like, what do you mean? I felt like I just met somebody who just, because you were the first person to actually like prophesy depth to me, like word of knowledge. So for me, it was like, what are you talking about? Like, that's a man of God. What are you saying? Like, I couldn't even have those thoughts. Do you get what I'm saying? So if I'm coming off like from a professional or like a standpoint, it's out of like that respect of this not your
That's
homeboy.
what I'm saying to you.
This not your...
Sorry, that's what I'm saying to you.
Yeah,
We are from the bush.
I get what you're saying.
We don't know that.
I'm also from the bush too.
No, you grew up in America. Shut up.
No, it's not about that. No.
Listen, can I say something? Maybe this might be one of the topics that you need to talk about in the future. People that grew up in Africa, when they hear about somebody from America,
Yeah.
let me be honest with you. We highly, 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 do you understand what I'm saying? We are highly put you on this pedestal. Like, oh, it's
Is
America.
it us though or America? Because that's a
Both.
different story. Yeah.
Because the thing is, the way you look
Oh.
and the way you talk
That's inferior.
and
like
the way
complex.
you smell.
Wow, because I know some Americans that don't smell great.
But that's how we see America from the TV. Get me right. So we see this America from the TV. We're like, oh,
Yeah.
the J-Lo, that's the America we know. The
Yeah.
J-Lo, the Beyonce,
Oh.
the Mary J. Blige.
know. I'm East
That's the
African.
America we see. We don't see the America of these other people. These other
Right.
people we're seeing now. We're like, what's going
You
on?
messy.
What's wrong with that American? You get what I'm saying? Hey, what's up with that
Woo! We cannot show this. Okay.
one? No, I'm guys, come on.
I know. I get you though. I get you.
Because
I
we were,
get you.
listen to me, Kiki.
get
We were,
you.
the only America we were shown
Right.
is the America on TV. But when I came to America, I saw a different America. I'm like,
Yeah.
what's wrong with that American?
I see
Like
what
it's
you're
like you're seeing an American begging,
saying.
a white person asking you for money.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, I'm supposed to be asking you for money.
Right.
Like that's how our minds
Same.
are. You understand? Are programmed from Africa. Like
Yeah.
when I come to America, every white person is rich.
Yeah.
But now if I'm in America, I'm like,
Yeah.
he's not rich.
Yeah.
It's different.
Yeah.
So the perspective or the view that we saw of America when we were in Africa was different from how we came in America and we began to see America.
I see what you're saying.
So I was intimidated by you.
I see.
That's why I was like, let me keep my distance because I didn't know how to be around you. Because
So
of
you're
your,
saying like the perfect will can also feel like it's not perfect. Like
because
it's
your
not...
prophecy doesn't look like you.
Right. Right.
So you try to run away from your truth. It's that's what God is giving you. But when I'm looking at her, I'm like, I don't think I deserve her.
Oh wow.
I don't qualify. I don't qualify in her space.
Yeah.
So I'll tell myself every attraction I have towards it, switch it off. Do you get me?
Yeah. But in those feelings now, how did you assure yourself to say she may be the one? How did you almost comfort yourself to be like, nah, like get out of your insecurity, get out of your intimidation, and start really seeing the future?
I think encouragement from other people,
Yeah.
like my friends, they kept on like, hey,
I never knew this, by the
give
way.
it a try, give it a try.
Yeah.
Of course, I would call Givens, I'll sit down with Givens,
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, bro, look. You were like, what? Go for it. Give it a try. Try something new. Come on, let's go. So they would
Yeah.
push me. I'll sit with Papa. It'll be like, hey, Apostle, what's wrong? Just say, hey, try. So that's when I would come and I'll start conversations. But I became more like comfortable when I realized who you really were. Like, you were not that person I thought you were.
I see.
Because I thought you were this, like, you know.
Gucci?
Yeah, like this.
Oh.
That's how we see
Yeah,
America,
I get you,
understand?
for your-
But I
yeah.
realized that, oh,
She's down there.
She's just like, she's goofy.
Yeah.
So you'd be like making fun, making jokes, like
Yeah.
you'd make this sick jokes. I'm like, oh, okay, you're making a joke of me, or you
Yeah.
should make fun of me, you things like that. So I would be like, you give your joke, I'll give it back, and then that's when the connection.
That's cool though. I think it's interesting how both of us did look at our weaknesses. Because in that time, I'm over here asking Mama Lily, like, yo, what? Like I felt very insecure in like the vision aspect of like, am I adequate enough for this man, for his future? Because for me, it was like you were there. And it was like, ain't nobody there. Like, I was good here. Like, spiritually, like, I'm good. So there's that level, even spiritually, where I was like, girl, like, you want a trophy. If this is it, like, that's it. Like, life is good. This is it. This is it. There's, for real. But I'm looking at it from that angle. Mm-hmm. So it's interesting how we both were looking at our insecurity or weakness. But in reality, that was the perfect plan. Because had we both looked at it like, oh, this is perfect, maybe we would have, I don't know, maybe it would have been different. But the fact we were like hesitant because we saw the greatness in each other, it can, I guess that's what you're saying is, that's the scary part. That's like the butterfly part in you that goes, there's something greater, like beyond us. Does that make sense? Like if it wasn't God, like we don't qualify for each other.
True.
Or our lives will not come together. It wouldn't make sense. We could have easily separated that way, where I could have thought, like, indeed, you were better off. And you could have thought, indeed, I don't deserve her. And we would have walked off. But when we came together, we really saw, I guess, the perfectness of God, actually, not each other. So that's interesting. Would you say, because I know a lot of times when people get discouraged of not finding the perfect will, for me, I also see like the acceptable will where you take someone that just simply accepted you. Does that make sense?
Yeah. People do that.
Yeah, like it's not even because of like you're accepted in my life, more like, well, nobody wanted me in a long time, and since you accepted me, I might as well be with you. Do you advise people to do that or just remain single and wait on somebody that at least treats you like a good will or a perfect will?
The thing is, you are in an acceptable position because when the perfect came, you were too absent to see that. So you are still going to get the acceptable, and every person that's going to come is going to be acceptable.
Are you supposed to just take it though? Because they accept you?
Yeah. Imagine, some people suffer rejection.
Yeah.
So imagine if someone just comes and says, I love you.
Like you, yeah.
You're like, what?
Yeah,
Oh,
let's get together.
Thank you. Well, let's do it. Marriage. That's why you see people like that, they'll quickly rush to get married.
Like desperate, yeah.
You understand? They'll quickly rush because they have never been accepted by anybody. But somebody just passed through and said, I kind of like you. Oh, you nurtured that flower. You even sponsored the relationship.
That's deep.
You even sponsored the marriage and you pay for the wedding. You buy the person a house. Why? Because you have seen someone that just accepted you.
So it's like you're a pawn shop. Like, I'll take you in.
Exactly. So some people, they've been so much rejected in life
That's so
to a point
bad.
that if somebody just walks in and show interest,
They'll
they
take
just
you
quickly grabs it.
Yeah.
And
Whatever
most
value.
of the times, the people that they're taking in, you can actually see that you guys don't match. Like from the outside,
I see.
that person that also accepted you, it feels like you accepted them. So you accepted each other. It's like on the outside, it's not really working. So you're like,
Yeah.
like me as a pastor, like I'll be honest, me as a pastor,
Yeah.
me as a man of God, I found that to be very difficult. Like I can see two people sitting in front of me and I'll try to tell them that, guys, I don't think you're meant to be together.
Dang. What if they're like the Goodwill? Like you know the thrift store, the Goodwill? You know the thrift store Goodwill?
No.
You don't know the Goodwill? It's a thrift store where people give their stuff donation, but we shop like it's like a store.
I don't know,
So it's kind of like there was other people's, acceptables. So you go in there, you're like, you're not a pawn shop. I'm not giving you, but I'll take something for you.
Like I'm saying to you, sorry to
Yeah.
cut you. When you talk about the good,
Yeah.
somebody might just be good.
Yeah. Like I'll benefit even though you're not really valuable. Because if I go in Goodwill, it's like, yeah, I could use that couch. Is it valuable? No. But will I use it? Of course.
True. 100%. So you're a good person. Like as for instance, women say good men are hard to find. So when they find a good man that can take care of them, they don't care about anything he has. Money or what, he just goes
Yeah.
for that one. But yet you are forgetting that there is a perfect will for you. So you're just with this good will and with this good man that's just
Not
good.
used. Yeah.
You might have differences tomorrow, but that's why you see people like, I'm willing to endure.
But that's what I'm saying. I feel like 90% of this world's population is in between acceptable and goodwill.
It's possible.
That's tough.
Very possible. And life continues.
Yeah. Will we ever know though? Like, is there a aha moment? Like, at the end of life, when we get to heaven, would God be like, by the way, it was a perfect will? Like, or would for eternity you just don't know?
God, this is what God will say. Let me
Something.
say, if we get to heaven today, this is what God will say. God will
Yeah.
say, I gave you free will
Dang. Okay.
to choose
Okay.
whatever you wanted.
I see.
So you are a product of what you chose.
Okay.
So whatever you chose, you're going to live in it. Let me explain the good, the acceptable, and the perfect.
Okay.
It's not evil.
Right.
Don't get me right.
Right.
The good, acceptable, and the perfect, it's not evil.
Right.
Or let me say the good and the acceptable. It's not evil. It's good. God placed it there
Yeah.
for a reason, because he knows that there are those who don't listen. They'll still go for the good.
Dang.
Then there are those who are just accepting and acceptable. They'll just still go to work with you in that area. Like not every door is your door.
That's true.
So some people, they walk in someone's door.
Yeah.
Use the door. Then they realize, this is not my door. Then they leave.
Yeah.
Then they go in another door, use the door, and they leave.
Yeah.
That's why you are dating John, tomorrow you're dating Peter, and the other day you're dating Thomas, and the other day. Someone is walking in your door. Like someone is, you understand?
Yeah.
But if you really understand the concept of this whole thing, you can simply state to yourself that, look, I'm going to wait until I meet the person that I want to be with, and then just get married. So someone can just date this one, date that. They're simply walking in other people's doors.
That's true.
Because that's someone's wife.
Yeah.
That's someone's husband. And you're just walking in that door.
Would you say life is a risk, like
Of course.
both acceptable, good, and perfect?
Oh, yeah.
They're all risky?
100%.
Wow. What's risky about the perfect one, though, if it's perfect?
There's no risk about the perfect will. The perfect is perfect.
Gotcha.
But if you are tired of the perfect, some people can still come out of the perfect will and still go back to the good will. Because it's the decision they're making.
So why are people so scared of being with the person? Like, I guess, I don't know, because I'm a different breed. It's just life is a risk. Like, it's, I don't know. I didn't have that anxiety of like, oh my God, like, what if? It's like every day is a risk in life for me. But not everybody has that mentality. So how do they get out of that mentality of like, it's a risk and that I'm willing to take? Whether it's the acceptable, good, perfect, I don't know, but this is the risk I'm willing to take to assure myself that he's the one, or
I'll personally
I'll be
say
with this.
your relationship with God contributes.
Okay.
Your relationship with God is the most important thing. When your relationship with God is not really solid,
Yeah,
you're going to suffer a lot of consequences.
I see.
Something called generational curse. Something called evil patterns.
Right.
Something called foundation. All these things can distract you from reaching to your perfect will. So it becomes a risk where you're just walking in a path. You end up meeting certain people that you're never supposed to meet. Why? Because of certain things that you didn't really deal with. So your relationship with God it becomes a tool that begins to direct you to the perfect will. So the more you listen to the voice of God, the more you draw closer to Him. He said, draw closer to me and I'll draw closer to you. But people, they are drawing far from Him
True.
instead of drawing closer to Him.
True.
So the more you go far from Him, the more you are going astray and the more the devil begins to put people in your life that are not even supposed to be a part of your life.
True.
You know that you are supposed to head towards a good will, or towards an acceptable will, or towards a perfect will. But the person you have is not even in the category of the three.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. The devil can literally pass you a wife that will finish everything about you, destroy everything that you've ever built.
So can you marry a believer that's literally in none of the brackets? Like they're born again.
They might
but
be in the will of God. You understand? You are marrying them because it's in the will of God for you to marry that person. God knew that you're going to make that decision to marry that person. So it's in the will. So he gave you a free will to choose. So you will meet 500 women. Choose who you want.
But that's what I'm saying. Is them being born again like still a qualification?
No. Someone can be born again and still make terrible decisions.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So is that if someone claims to be in the will of God, right? Is it possible for them to not even be an acceptable, good, or perfect will for you?
It all comes if the enemy hands over a person to you.
So in church, the enemy can hand over your sister in Christ to you.
It's possible.
Dang.
Because there are people, there is what is called
That's
Satanism
pretty
in
tough.
church. The devil is found in the church.
But both are saved.
The devil is found in the church.
Wow.
Judas was saved. Judas walked with Jesus, yet he was used by the devil. He was a tool of the devil, yet he walked next to Jesus. So the enemy can influence someone within the church to actually be a devil's advocate. You can literally marry them, but they are not in the will of God in your life. You are meeting someone that you're supposed to miss.
So marrying someone wrong, even in the church, is still witchcraft because it diverts you from your will.
It
like
diverts you from what
God
God wants you to do.
Hey,
That's why we always say now, Mama. That's why we always say, get this.
so I divorced you real quick. I leave that church. What do you mean? Go ahead.
That's why we always say that
Yeah.
it's very important to get direction from your spiritual leaders
Yeah.
so that they can be able to see who is for you. I can look at Skylar and I can see that the person that is trying to date her
It's not it.
is in the good will,
Wow.
or is in the acceptable will, or is in
Yeah.
the perfect, or is not in the will of God for her life.
Wow.
So I can instruct her, say, I don't think this is for you. What I'm simply stating is, it's not amongst the three.
Wow.
Drop this, brother, because they might misdirect you from where God wants to take you. Or I can simply say, I think this one is a connect. There is something. Like there are people that I've spoken to. I said, if you speak with this person, there's a connection.
Okay.
Because I was speaking to one of my spiritual sons back in South Africa. He's divorced 4 times. And
He's
because it's not like divorce as such, but it's baby mamas.
Yeah.
Baby mama 1, baby mama 2, baby mama 3, baby mama 4. And I called him and said, there is that sister there. If you get along with that sister, there is something that will happen between the both of you. She's in the will of God for your life.
Yeah.
He said, I know I don't really vibe with the style, Papa. I don't really vibe with the style. I don't really. So I said, oh, then that's up to you. Then I said to him, do not talk to any of my children. Because the moment you continue, you're going to divert many of them. You impregnate this one, it means that you have destroyed an opportunity for her to meet with her husband that is going to marry her. You just gave her a child. So you're going to divert her. That's wrong. That's evil of you.
True.
You're not supposed to do that. If she's not wise, she's going to be diverted.
Yeah.
She will come back in his will, but she's going to be what? Diverted.
Dang, I have a question. What if the one though is just not it?
What do you mean?
Like you look at them and you're just like, Lord, I need grace.
The question is, who told you is the one?
I mean, it's the one. Like, let's say your spirit knows.
Who told
it.
you?
Let's
is the
say
one?
God. It's confirmed. Everything's confirmed.
If
Your
God,
prophet confirms it. Your spirit knows it. Settles
what's
it.
making you so uncertain?
Huh?
What's making you doubt?
No. It's not that you're uncertain they're the one. You don't like looking at the one. You get what I'm saying?
That's your problem then.
Right. How do you get over How do you tell yourself you're gonna be all right?
Life is tough. Get a helmet.
Get a helmet.
Yeah, you need
See,
to just.
now you're playing games.
No, get a helmet. Life is so tough.
Get a helmet.
It's not everything that. No, I'm being honest. It's not everything that you have to nurture. Stop nurturing your feelings for nothing.
What if you're not attracted?
Follow. That's the problem. Were you attracted to me?
Yeah,
Nah.
I think I was.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's different.
That's true.
Because
though.
me, I would look myself in the mirror and be like, I don't think I'm attracted.
Yeah,
I don't think I'm attractive.
yeah.
You don't need to be attracted to the person.
That's
I'll be
true.
honest with you.
There's no level, like
You don't
2%?
need to be attracted to the person. I'll be real with
Wow.
you.
So how do you have sex?
You people.
Honestly.
You don't need to be attracted. You know why I say that?
Yeah.
There is an imagination in your head. But the moment you meet the person for the first time, he's not looking like what you imagined. Maybe this guy is poor. Maybe this guy is broke.
Yeah.
Maybe this guy is hungry. Do you understand?
Yeah.
He's thin.
Yeah.
He doesn't have muscles. He
Yeah.
doesn't have all the features you want.
Yeah.
Then you're simply saying, I'm not attracted to him because he's so small and I'm like this. Oh my God, he doesn't drive. Because the attraction, it all comes from the position of what do you have? What are you attracted to?
That's true. What's your value? Yeah.
No, what are you attracted to? When you say I'm attracted to this person, what are you attracted? Are you attracted to his gift?
Okay.
Well, some of them, they are not attracted to his physicality. You're attracted to the prophetic.
True.
You're attracted to him being the pastor.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
Maybe you're attracted with the fact that, he got money.
Yeah.
Some people are not really looking okay, but they got cash.
Yeah.
So the attraction is on the money.
Yeah.
You understand? Some you are attracted to your family. To the family of the person you are attracted to the attention
I hope
that
it's not
comes
the
with the
sister.
family.
I'm kidding.
That's what you're attracted to.
Not the sister though, okay?
No, I'm just saying to the
No, I
family.
know.
The
Yes.
wealth of the family, the
Yeah.
stature of the family,
Right.
the financial position of the family. Imagine, I'll give an example. If Daniel, I'm sorry, if Daniel right now meets Obama's daughter, he's not attracted to the fact that she's beautiful. He's attracted to the fact that she is a daughter of the former president. What?
Status, yeah.
If I marry this girl, I've got Secret Service in the house. 24/7. When I marry this girl, I have a house, I have this, I have a 5 million in my account. I'm set.
Yeah.
So the attraction is not on the fact that she's beautiful or she's a good person. He doesn't even need to know the person. The fact of her stature, I'm attracted to who she is
Yeah.
and where she comes from. Done.
What if they got none of the above?
There's nothing like that.
What do you mean there's many like that? Like you're the one, but you got none of the above. You ain't got beauty, brain, status, nothing. So how do we make it work?
It means that you're just ignorant to see. Because one of the, you can't tell me that God creates a person and then he just creates a dumb, doom, dem.
No, we're not
There
saying
is
they're
something
dumb.
in that person
They
that
need
if you
money?
concentrate on, you can be attracted to.
So would you say, let's say I'm dating you, right? Would you say you have to kind of close your eyes, take the skin off, take the flesh off, like they don't exist, and you have to start imagining like who are you, the spirit of you, so you can kind of like make yourself believe in who they are?
I think it comes by revelation, Mama Ruth.
Right.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When you met me, be honest. I wasn't this.
Right, but I
Get me
also
right.
wasn't
No,
like that
let
either.
me be honest. No, let's be real. Let's be real.
Right.
I was not this. I wasn't looking this good. Oh, for real. I was so dark. My face had compartments. I would look at myself in the mirror and my face was bent, like it was like, I'm being honest, like I had this, because I was not really, there was no money, bruh. All my life, I had women rejecting me.
Yeah.
I'm being for real with you. Because
Yeah.
they'll look at me, they're like, what can I do with that piece of bones?
Piece of bone.
Do you understand? But I think you being attracted to me it was way beyond, was outside the flesh. I can't say you were attracted with the person of me because the person of me was just not looking okay. But maybe it was attraction to what God has in store for me. You're able to see the future. You're able to see how my brains function. You're able to see my ethic, my work ethic, my ability to be able to execute things, my wisdom. Someone can be attracted to you because of your wisdom. You are so wise and you are so matured.
Yeah.
Someone can be like, I'm attracted to her. Then people will be like, why are you attracted? She does not look cool. Be like, no, it's the wisdom.
Yeah.
It's the way she executes, it's the way she functions. It's the way she carries herself, it's the way she respects me.
Yeah.
That can be an attraction. So the attraction is not only on the physicality. Stop looking on the physicality. But if you look on the physicality, you might not find anything. Trust me. You'll be like, I don't see anything attractive about this person. It's not about that. What if he's wise? You just haven't spoken to him.
That's true.
What if he's matured? You just haven't given him a chance to execute the maturity. Some women, I'll be honest with you, some women you need a matured man.
That's true.
Not a trophy man.
That's true.
You just need a man with wisdom.
Yeah.
Because a man with wisdom knows how to make money.
That's true.
Give him the opportunity because you have got the keys to unlock him.
That's true.
But you're running away with the keys.
That's true.
Because you're saying he's not physically attractive.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. So get the keys, unlock him. When you unlock him, that's when you realize, this guy's deep.
Yeah.
Some men are just dumb. They're dumb.
Yeah.
But you have the keys to unlock the wisdom out of him.
That's true.
Give him the opportunity.
Yeah.
Nurture him. Man, you were patient with me. I was terrible. You know that. You were patient. You nurtured. You grew with me. We grew up together. You understand what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
To a point that I was not able to make right decisions. I was not able to make good decisions. I was not able to execute things. I was not able to lead properly. Sometimes you think for me like, hey, this man cannot even think A, B, C, D. I could not even think that because I was dumb.
Dumb. You're not dumb.
I was.
Yeah. You were, I mean, dang. You weren't dumb. You weren't dumb.
I was dumb.
You were not dumb. You weren't dumb.
You're just doing it for the camera.
Not at all. Why would I gotta lie? You're not dumb. I know dumb.
I was
not
dumb. Oh, to me, I was dumb. To me, that's the definition of dumb.
Okay, I understand.
But I was able to listen.
Yeah.
Understand?
Yeah.
Because
But that, I also wasn't picky. Like, I was not, and that's the thing, even before being with you, if you looked at all my track records of exes, I didn't have much, but they don't look the same at all.
You had match?
I didn't have much. You gotta read what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I didn't have
14,
much, but
15.
I didn't have, like, I wasn't a, what you say? What do you say? What do you say?
It might not much, 14, 15 maybe.
Nah, like 3. 3, 4 max. 3. But, yeah, I never was the type that I would get attracted. They didn't even look alike. That's the funny part. So I didn't have a type. It was like, and it's more like for women, it's emotional. It's like that connection, those kind of things. But similarity was like their vision or like their assignment, those kind of things, some way, somehow, always like that mattered to me more. So that's why it was easy for me, where I was never like, what's the word? I was never picky, where that really bothered me, if that makes sense.
I get it.
But majority of people are like that. Like, but I wouldn't lie. If somebody short came up to me, I wouldn't lie. I don't think that would work. Honestly.
With me, I was just in a place of rejection everywhere.
What do you mean? If a tall one came to you, you would have, that's it? That's the one?
I would know. I was always rejected by girls.
That's what I'm saying. So if a tall one came to
the
you,
time.
would you say, come on, let's go?
I would be happy.
Wow.
I'm like, what? You said yes? Wow, okay, let's go.
I don't think I've ever gotten to that level where I can take.
This is the thing. When you have so much inferiority complex,
Yeah.
I always say this. I grew up in rejection.
Okay.
So I always wanted attention. I always
see.
wanted to be loved. I always wanted somebody to love me.
True.
So I remember my first girlfriend. You know, I loved her, but she didn't really,
Love you.
yeah.
No, she didn't love you, or you? She loved
didn't really have it. Like, she didn't really love me like I loved her. You know what I'm saying? I was happy that she accepted me.
Same. That's what I'm saying. I think all of our relationships were like that, where we were just happy to be accepted.
I was happy she accepted me, but she didn't really. She compared me with other people.
Yeah.
That's why she left me and she dated this other friend of mine.
Yeah.
And all of them, they would do that.
Yeah.
Like every girl I dated, they would go date my friend. So my first relationship, my second one, she went ahead and dated my friend because there was comparison.
Yeah.
I'm like, he's better than this dumb guy. Yeah. So when you came along, I was like, hey, history continues to repeat itself. She's too beautiful for me, this one. She's going to do the same thing.
Yeah.
So it was the rejection that was playing with my mind every time, like, can she? But when I started talking to you, that's when I realized that no, this was different. You were never judgmental.
Yeah.
You were never like, you know, the relationships you do, you're always attacked and you're brought back to your past. You never do that.
Yeah.
Like, you never spoke about my past.
Yeah.
Even if I would try to speak about my past, you never like, you're always encouraging. You're always like, oh no, it's fine, it's going to be okay. You were always invested in my well-being.
Yeah.
That actually gave me confidence. And I was able to get away with this inferiority complex, and it just left because the way you approach gave me confidence. Your approach healed what I was struggling with.
Same thing. I think your approach healed my toxic attraction to not being wanted. I think it was the first time being with you where I actually was wanted. Like, I can actually see the person wants me, loves me, values me. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm not used to that, because I'm used to having to like fight for attention or fight because it's always me above the person. So I think that made that sync where it's like, it was weird because it's like, that's weird. We're not used to that pattern. So it was like a toxic pattern I had. But now when someone actually wants you and you're not just an acceptable, but you're someone's like good and perfect, that kind of makes you risk it all. So do you think people also love the chase of being, like they psych themselves out of something good? Like, you know, when you self-sabotage?
A lot of people do that.
Yeah.
A lot of people do that. They sabotage themselves from what God wants them to have. And they settle for less based on how they feel who they are. Because I would look at myself, I'd be like, I think I belong here.
Right.
I don't belong where she is. Like, I'm just in a wrong league. True. Do you know that before I met you, like when I was packing, coming to see you, I was struggling. I think I pegged for about 4 to 5 hours. A small bag.
That little bag?
Yeah. That was torn on top of it. It was green.
It was so small. I'm not even lying. No way.
4 to 5
I think
hours.
5 minutes.
You know why?
It was like a backpack.
Exactly, it was small.
Yeah.
But you know why? I was looking for the right clothes.
Aww.
Because I wanted to be accepted.
Yeah.
I wanted her to be like,
I borrowed clothes. I literally borrowed from Elo. It's like, girl, let me wear that up.
Oh, Lord.
And I would ask Mama Lily, like, you think this is cute? Like, you think it looks good? She's like, girl, like, you the prize. Like, calm down. Go ahead, continue.
I packed for 5 hours.
You're so funny.
Packing, shoes, remove this one, put this one, remove this one, put this one. I packed for a lot of times.
I was like,
And I forgot to pack pajamas.
I was just thinking about the clothes you
I forgot to pack pajamas. Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was bad to that extent. So I was very, very confused.
Yeah. But here we are.
Yeah.
Here we are.
100%.
And you are the one for me.
100%.
And I believe everyone has that person. But you would have never seen it coming
I know.
6 years from here.
Trust me.
Before this. Or we would have never really envisioned. And you know what I love about that? Like, you know it's right where every year, if you notice, every year of our life, we've taken one step higher where it makes sense. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Like every year, every move we made, whether it be a house, whatever it is that we've done, it's like we're stepping into perfection, but it's one step at a time.
Mm-hmm. True.
So it's not something that we just woke up, looked at each other and said, you're the perfect will.
It was a work.
Yeah.
It was work in progress. It's the
Yeah.
same thing where the Bible says there's no perfect man.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus is the only perfect man.
Yeah.
But we work towards perfection.
Yeah.
And I feel like even in marriages, marriages they grow into perfection.
Absolutely.
They grow into perfection. It starts terrible. Like I always tell people, our first year of marriage was crazy.
Yeah, it was hell.
Was hell, like bad, terrible.
Yeah.
We'd fight every day. Remember we fought over $100 another day, and we had arguments for hours, 2 hours, 3 hours, having arguments over and over again. We'd fight over small things. But we'd realize that I don't even know when the last time we had an argument. We don't even function and operate in that dimension. We have grown to a position where we talk about things, not argue about things.
Yeah.
So I always tell people, like, when you're newly married, be patient with each other.
Yeah.
Because you are growing. So give yourselves time to grow,
Right.
to know each other.
Right.
The way I know you now is different from the way I knew you back then. So it's like I grew in me knowing you.
That's true.
You understand? So marriage, now we are clocking 7 years now.
We're clocking 7 years?
Next year is 7 years, bro.
Wow. That's December is this? What you mean?
Oh, it's December, sorry.
Yeah.
December is 7 years.
Wow.
Wow, December is 7 years.
Perfection, completion.
That's crazy. 7 years. So imagine, it's going to be like...
So we're
growth.
still at Goodwill, right? Just kidding.
It's growth, trust me.
All right. Any last words for the people? Or we're done?
Me?
Yeah. So what's your final verdict? There's the one or there's no one? I mean, what?
There's nothing called the one.
Yes, I agree. Me too.
But God has given you a free will to choose. And whoever you choose
Yeah,
can be the one.
that's good.
Whoever you choose can be the one.
All right.
So it depends with your patience and your desire to grow together. Yeah.
Awesome.
Because when I met you, you were not perfect.
Dang, all right. It's all good. We ended the podcast. You ain't got to go back.
I wasn't perfect. So we grew. Shalom.
And this is how you mess it up.
There's a fire